Well, it happened, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Gillis has been canceled. Wait, who? What's up, everybody? Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. So apparently, a comic by the name of Shane Gillis, who I'd never heard of before, but that means nothing. He's in New York. Maybe we never crossed paths. I haven't heard of him before. Apparently, he's one of the newest cast members on SNL, which they just announced the other day. And people are upset because he had used a racial slur and then a homophobic slur. And then they had just an inappropriate conversation on some podcast about Chinese people. And I did listen to it. It was boring. Like, as far as that goes, I think he'll fit in perfectly at SNL because it was as boring and bland as anything else on SNL. He is perfectly on brand for that show as far as I go. He should not lose his job because he is a fine example of what SNL is. Back in the day, SNL was funny. Now, nope, never, never, ever, ever. Every once in a while, they have a good idea and then they milk it for too long, and I'm just tired of people acting like SNL is such a big thing. Anyway, he used a slang term for Chinese people that rhymes with pink. If you need another hint, my eyes have been described as pinky before. And then he also called somebody the gay slur that rhymes with baguette. Then, this is the way you have to talk now so people don't get in their feelings about everything. Then he also was pronouncing noodles, neuters, to make fun of the way that Chinese people pronounce their L's like R's. I don't care. I mean, I'll be honest about this. I really feel like the person that dug this up, whether they're a comic or just a regular person, I don't know who this person was. I saw it. I saw the tweet, whatever. I feel like you either hated that person and you kept the receipts for this long, or you have no life. Because I always feel that way about people when they're going through old tweets and old statuses, and it's like, do you not have a life? Do you not have anything else to do with your time? Is your life that miserable, and are things going that poorly for you that you have to sit around and dig through and just, what can I find on this person? And who cares? I even saw somebody put this just happened in 2018. I don't care if it was yesterday. People go on podcasts to say racist and homophobic and whatever things. That's what it is. A lot of times they're just trying to get listeners. They don't even mean anything they're saying. They're just saying things to fill time. I've said things on podcasts that I'm sure people wouldn't agree with, but that's where I'm very fortunate because I got canceled in about 2016, never to be heard from again, not having to worry about anybody's opinion or network approval, which that's not even what I'm going for anymore because, well, not that I ever was going for network approval, but it's too ridiculous now. It's too, I'm gay and I'm Mexican and I'm not meeting the standards that these people want. Like, these people want you to live a life like a priest, well, that's a bad example. But they want you to live a life like you've never said anything wrong. They want you to constantly apologize. And that's not the way I want to live. Like, I do comedy, I have fun. He put out a statement saying that, he missed the mark, he pushes boundaries and whatever. I don't know if you push boundaries. You seem boring. Like, you don't even seem funny. And that's not even being mean, but it's just, like, the stuff I saw, at least be entertaining if you're going to be racist. But even then, I still don't think that a person deserves to get canceled for that. And who knows, maybe he could be not funny in conversation or on podcast and then really funny when it comes to the sketch form. I know people like that. I know people that aren't good at stand-up that are actually very good at sketch. So I don't know that anybody should care about this really, and I know some Asian people will be mad at me, but black men, black women, trans people have all been mad at me this week. So add Asians to the list. I'll write it down. Asians next. I don't care. Jimmy O Yang, who's a friend of mine, commented on it. He put a tweet up that said that it was just racist and he has to go SNL. He tweeted NBC SNL. I like Jimmy a lot, but I don't think that he necessarily needs to get fired for this. Was it a bad joke? Yeah. Was it in bad taste? Yeah. Was it not funny? Not funny at all. So I agree with people on several accounts, but at the same time, you know, if everybody's just going to lose their job all the time now, then why even give people jobs? Why not just close down the entertainment industry or comedy in general? And then I saw a friend of mine posted on Facebook yesterday, a comedian by the name of Jonas Barnes, who I like a lot, but he posted the only comics that are worried about cancel culture are the comics that have something to hide. And not necessarily, or something to be scared of, and not necessarily, like, you know, some people are just tired of cancel culture because it's boring, because it makes it so there's never a road to redemption. It makes it so you have to watch everything you say, and who wants to live like that? Like, sometimes it's not even about something somebody said exactly, it's about what people read into their words, and in this case, it's not that. You know, he definitely did say the words that he is being accused of saying, or, you know, that people are exposing him for. But who wants to live like constantly thinking about everything in that way? And some people would say, well, just don't be racist and then you don't have to. Well, we don't all have the same standard of racist, homophobic, and transphobic. So there's also that. I could say something that to me is perfectly fine. Like, I use the word that rhymes with baguette all the time. I'm just not using it right now because I don't want this video to get demonetized. That's the only reason that I'm not using it right now. But I use that word all the time. I use it to describe myself. I use it to describe my friends. And I don't feel like I should have to apologize to anybody for that. There are some gay people that get offended by that, and they're like, you should apologize. You shouldn't use that word. And it's like, you know what? As a brown person, I'm tired of people telling me what I am and am not supposed to say. Like, I'll say what I want to say and see how it goes. Like, it's just exhausting. It's just exhausting that constantly people are like, oh, this person got some success. Let me go through all their tweets. Let me go through all their Facebook statuses. Let me go through their past. Let me see if they ever had a girlfriend that got mad at them or a boyfriend that got mad at them. Did they ever have a failed relationship? Come on, get lives, everybody. And if we're being honest, as comics, we could all expose other comics and be like, this person once said this to me. I mean, like, I've got a phone full of text messages from other comics that in some cases say things that aren't politically correct, and it's nothing to expose anybody about. It's conversation. It's sometimes frustration. Sometimes it's not even, like I said, sometimes the person doesn't even mean it on a real level. They just say it because it's funny in the moment. I've said a million things that were just funny in the moment. Everybody's gotten them when I've said them. And then afterwards I think about it and I'm like, you know, that's really the kind of thing that people could get mad at you for. Like, people really could choose to ruin you over just you having said that, and all you were doing was being in the moment and having fun with a particular topic or a particular person. So the guy doesn't matter to me in this case, like Shane Gillis. And I know that sounds mean to say it, but he doesn't matter. None of this matters. It's just a bunch of people, again, being outraged just for the sake of outrage. Some people have no lives. I really have realized that. Some people have no lives at all. And like I said, he issued an apology. Because he did also say, like, you know, there was something like they were basically saying that, you know, the gist of it was Chinese people are annoying, Chinese people in Chinatown. Like, that was kind of the gist of what they were saying. If you want, I'll put a link below so you guys can see for yourselves. But my opinion is more on the topic of cancel culture and how I'm just done with it. And I think a lot of America is done with it. I think the media just likes to paint it like it's a thing, you know, like people are outraged right now. No, a few people are outraged right now. For the most part, people don't care. And it's not because people are racist. It's not because people hate Chinese people. It's not because people don't like Chinese people. It's not because white supremacy reigns in America. It's because it's just gotten out of hand. We can't cancel everybody over everything. Thank you for listening, everybody. This has been Ty Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world.